Just talk about just the 10 days of camp and how that's going for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's been great. Just having this opportunity to go against one of the best defenses in the league. It's definitely been challenging at times, but I'm taking every rep because at the end of the day, we're just getting each other better.
How has it been just learning from somebody like Tyron Smith, and also you have Morgan Moses also on the other side as well?
Again, I feel like a lot of people aren't blessed to be in that type of position where you have two great tackles in the same room, and I've been making the most out of it, and they've been awesome. They're always right behind me, just guiding me in the right path, helping me with any and everything that I need, just giving me extra advice on how to take my game to the next step. So it's been great.
Is there anything specific that you've taken from either of them, but especially Tyron since he plays your position?
Yeah, definitely just different ways how to load up in my stance to be more explosive out of my stance, and just different ways to work my hands in the run and pass game. So again, just having that opportunity, getting that insight and perspective for him, it's been nice.
How different are the pass rush techniques that you see from the NFL guys versus what you saw in the Big Ten?
Yeah, very very big difference. So obviously with I'd say in the Big Ten and just college football in general, you're going against a lot of pass rushers that are one-dimensional, so it's a lot easier to scout them and know like what they would do. But here, at least like with our D-line, I mean all of the edge rushers have both speed and power, and they're great with their hands, so it's definitely a lot more challenging.
What do you think about today specifically? Scrimmage-like conditions out there.
Sorry?
What do you think about today specifically, as far as today's practice, how it was a little bit different?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a little bit different just because we were just scrimmaging the whole time instead of having individual periods, but we tried to make it as game-like as possible, and we were able to get a lot of reps. So there's definitely a lot of good that we did, but I know for me specifically, there's just some stuff I need to clean up. But again, it's all good reps.
How's it been working with Aaron?
It's been awesome. It's been awesome. I mean, the way that he can just inspire an offense in the huddle, really make everyone, believe in each other and in themselves. I mean, it's awesome.
In terms of picking up stunts in the defense, I know this defense doesn't run a ton of blitzing and different things like that. From a communication aspect, has that been a challenge in just in terms of picking up stunts, guys going speed and power, so quickly, Jermaine and Will and others?
Yeah, definitely. It can be challenging at times, and I think that's just the adjustment period, at least for myself, just transitioning from college to NFL, just because here everyone's a lot bigger, a lot quicker, and a lot stronger. So just for me to be a half second, more quick than I was last year will make all the difference.
Are you doing anything at right tackle? Are you taking any reps at right tackle or working there at all?
As of right now, no, but I'm prepared to play anywhere.
Are you looking forward to the joint practice and preseason game, just to kind of get started in that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously I've never done it before, so it's going to be a new experience. So I'm going to take it all in.
Is it a tough position or a weird position? Because obviously you got a Hall of Famer in front of you, so for you to play, he might have to get hurt. That's not what anybody wants. So is that a weird position, and how do you approach every game?
Yeah, it's definitely not the most regular position, but being honest, I don't really think about it like that. I just think about it as I have a Hall of Fame left tackle in my room, and I also have another veteran tackle in my room, and they're both great guys who are willing to help me develop in any way possible. So I kind of just try to think about it like that.
Are they constantly in your ear, Olu? We've seen them out there. I saw today Morgan on the sideline was going over something. Is that kind of a constant?
Yeah, and I mean, as a rookie, that's what you want. Just having older guys who want to help you get better. So, as I said earlier, I'm just blessed to be in this position.
When they give you kind of pointers into are you writing them down? Like, how are you kind of approaching that?
Yeah, I mean, if it's in the meeting room, I'll just jot it down because before I go to sleep, I always look over my notes. So, in the meeting room, I'll write it down. But on the field, I try to replicate it out on the field, like when I go out to the field, but at the end of the day, like they're just helping me out, so it's on me to really take it in and do on all the things that they're trying to help me out.
Were you a fan of Washington growing up? Because you grew up in the area.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't really a Washington fan growing up. I didn't really have a favorite team, but I just had favorite players growing up. So
I know it's a preseason game, but Are you? Is it a good feeling to know that a lot of people back home are going to be able to watch you?
Yeah, it's awesome. Again, just you know, I'm blessed to have a really nice circle around me with family and friends, and they're always in my corner the last 4 years at Penn State, and you know nothing's going to change now that I'm here in the NFL. So.
From a technique perspective, trying to get to a certain spot, do you feel like there's a difference with being here with the Jets versus at Penn State, trying to get to your spot quicker? Like, do you notice an adjustment there?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I definitely have a lot less time to get to that spot. Obviously, at Penn State, I won against Chop Robinson, who has a really good get off. But again, here on the Jets, they're guys that are already just as or faster, have a faster get off than Chop. So just being more consistent in that aspect, really getting out of my stance, getting in my spot before them. Again, that's going to make all the difference.
What's it been like for you with learning Aaron's cadence?
At first, it was a little bit challenging just because, there are a lot of different ones, but I've gotten to the point now where I'm using it to my advantage, and, I'm really able to get a really good jump against the defense. So, again, that's kind of how I try to think about it, just trying to use it to up my own game.
How would you assess these first 10 days of camp? How they gone for you?
It's been good. It's still kind of transitioning. Learning the playbook and dialing everything in, making sure I'm on the same page as Aiden and Tyrod when they're in the game. In terms of protections and all that stuff, they make a lot of adjustments. So making sure I'm on the same page as them. It's probably the one thing that I'm still working on the most. But other than that, it's been good. I'm surrounded by great veterans and guys who are willing to help and give advice when needed. So it's been smooth for the most part.
As a running back, what do you get out of these practices, because there's no tackling and some practices limited contact? So what are you trying to get out of it without really being tackle football most of the days?
Right now, it's all about eye discipline. Staying on your track when running the ball. Reading your read keys, and when it comes to protection, it's the same thing. Making sure your eyes are in the right spot and you're tracking the defenders that are conflict players. So it's mostly about your eyes. Obviously, we know that everybody in the room can break tackles, and we're a physical room. So the tackling part of it, doesn't mean a whole lot to us in terms of practice. When we get on the field on next Saturday, we'll be able to do that and kind of start getting in that mindset. But right now, it's just about more of the mental side and the eye discipline.
How much forward are you looking for to hit another team and play against somebody else?
Yes, it's definitely exciting. It's the first game. Whether it's obviously my first game will be preseason, but whether it's preseason or regular season, the first game's always that one to look forward to. Seeing a different color, and just playing against different guys other than you do every day. So definitely excited.
As
We
pass
talked
pro,
about it.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know if it was OTAs or around the draft, about your size and your ability to run through people. I mean, has that always been to your advantage?
Can you repeat the last part?
Size and the way you can run through people. Has that always been something that's been to your advantage?
Yeah, I think obviously when I came in as a freshman, I was a little bigger, around 235, 238, something like that. But I didn't necessarily see myself, as a bruiser, as a powerful, super powerful running back. I kind of just was a little slippier than what people would have expected from me. So as I continue to grow, and obviously now at this level, the expectation from me is to be that bruiser and run with more power and low pads and just impose my will on people. So I think as I've grown over the years, that's become more of the emphasis.
Has pass protection been something you've always been good at, or has that been something you've focused on improving, like in the draft process or whatever?
It's still a work in progress. I wouldn't necessarily say, I'm the best in the world at it, but it's something that I've grown a lot in, especially over the past, year. But it's something that I take seriously and take a lot of pride in, and something that I do want to be the best at. So, like I said, it's a work in progress, and just trying to develop that skill every day.
Do any of your teammates give you any crap about your age?
A little bit. They during walkthrough, Sauce Gardner said, the big baby's in, the big baby's in. He kept saying that every time I got in the game. So, but other than that, there's not too much, but that's probably been the funniest thing.
Have you and Aaron had any moments of, like, he's the oldest player in the NFL, you're the youngest, right?
Mhm.
Like, where he's probably got sweatshirts that are older than you.
Yeah, we've had a couple conversations about it. He was definitely a little tripped out about it at first, when I first met him. But from what I had heard, he had saw some Wisconsin games from my freshman year, so he knew that I was playing at 17 or whatever. So that was really the first thing that he had said to me. But he was like, first guy I've ever played with that could literally be my kid. So that was pretty funny.
What's your relationship like with Isaiah, and how much are you guys continuing to help each other?
Oh, Isaiah's, probably, I would have to say the person I'm closest with on the team. Obviously coming in at the same time. He's my roommate when we first got here for, OTAs and minicamp and whatnot. So we've built a great relationship, and, it's nice to have a guy that's kind of going through the same thing as you at the same time. So he understands, the frustrations and the stress and all that, and just kind of having that guy to lean on, it's been great.
Do you see some similarities in your games?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think we were two of the bigger backs in the class. So although he's just a little bit smaller than me, he still kind of runs with that fire and power. With low pads and a downhill mentality. So definitely similar.
Do you and Sauce ever share stories about Luke Fickell?
What was that?
Luke Fickell. Do you and Sauce ever share stories about Luke Fickell?
Oh, nah. I haven't really talked to Sauce about Coach Vic.
Let me ask you this: coming out early, and people mention your age, you're one of the youngest player in the league. How much of your decision to come out was the fact that some people say running backs only have so many hits in their body? So you know what, you didn't want to stay in college too long. You wanted to bring your skills to the next level.
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it. Obviously this past offseason especially, with all the everything going on with the running back market and all that, and the deals that weren't getting done, and a lot of guys were having issues because of their age, and I felt that coming into the league as early as possible was what was going to be best for me. And when I had first brought up the idea to my agent and everything, the first thing that we looked at was, did I have the experience and, the amount of touches. I think the average guy coming out was around 500-600 touches in college, and I had that. So, and I also felt that I put everything I needed to on tape. And, I wasn't worried about being a first or second rounder. I just wanted to get put in a good situation and get my foot in the door. So luckily, I came to the best spot for me, and that was all I was really worried about.
Qwan'tez Stiggers reporting for duty once again.
How have you felt these first 10 days of training camp have gone?
Mentally, I feel good. My body, not so good, but we got one of the greatest training staffs in the world. So, doing regen, and Coach Holler is big on, taking care of your body and stuff like that.
What's those battles been like, just going against some of the opposing receivers?
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. I'm pretty sure y'all know. I'm not sure why he's not the best receiver in the league, but I think he's the best receiver in the league. Let's see, JB Lee, more of a physical guy. And then you got Irv, big body, able to make those tough catches and stuff like that. So it's a great competition out here.
How can they make you better as a player?
Keep doing what they do. Every day, I want to work every day. Physical battles, no matter what it is, we working.
What's the adjustment been like from the CFL to the NFL as far as the size of the field, the running starts, and all that?
Biggest difference, probably the size, honestly, because I'm going from 65 to 53, and then being able to, trust that my coach is going to put me in the right position, give me the right technique, and to be able to execute the plays and stuff like that.
In terms of a scheme perspective, what's the adjustment been like in terms of just playing a scheme? I don't know how much you played in CFL and things like that, but adjusting to this scheme specifically, how's that transition been?
It's going good. Like I said, we probably have one of the best coaching staffs in the league. They give us plays, but they just want us to play. not too much thinking, not too much doing this and the third. They give you a play, you play it. And then, you got checked within the call, but at the end of the day, you're going to play the call.
Michael Carter II said he got the chance to get to know you throughout the course of the draft process. Just talk about what that relationship is like.
Yeah, so the crazy part, it was him. I actually met Quincy first in Atlanta at DSA training, and then I met MC, and then I met IO, and then, just getting his number for the draft and, connecting with him. And it was just like, it almost meant to be because, like, I got in Brooklyn, I think it's Brooklyn on Manhattan, I got a suit company called Prevalence, and they sponsor me suits and stuff like that. So, I feel like New York was always home for me when I came on my top 30 visit, and just feel like home.
Did you have an inkling that the Jets could potentially pick you up?
Yeah. The crazy part about it is, so April 15th, Coach Tio, he sent me a picture of me getting drafted by the Jets. So, April 23rd, I think it was the 23rd, right? When was the day 3? Somewhere around that. And then just to be able to get that picture on the 15th and get drafted a couple weeks later, it's just almost like meant to be a fairy tale, sweetheart.
Were your hometown Falcons interested in the draft during the process?
No, not really. So they gotta pay.
What has it been like being around Sauce and DJ, and what are you kind of taking from them?
I'm in the greatest room in the world, honestly. Like, those guys are just like they are teachers. Like, DJ sit right here, Sauce sit right here, I sit right in the middle. So whatever he asks, I'm writing it down, and I'm asking him questions. Hey, DJ, right here, what should be my leverage? He telling me this, then the third, and the same thing with Sauce. And make sure y'all send his condolences because I think he lost a friend over the weekend. So make sure y'all send him his condolences.
What's the excitement like to be able to hit a different color next week, hit a different team, play some different receivers?
It's almost as like, let's put it like this, right? You meet a girl, right? Now it's time to take on a date. And then I want to say Coach preaches for the love and regard, and he preached that to us a lot. Like taking care of your teammates, stuff like that. That's why I said this here is probably one of the best teams in the NFL. And this year we're building something special.
There was a long pass out there today.
Huh?
There was a long pass incompletion. You were in coverage.
Yep.
Did they rule a hold-in or pass interference? What did they tell you about that? Because that drive kept on going.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Whatever they call next play. I can't really think about, the play that happened before. Because you think like that, then you always going to think like that. So, if it's a pass interference, next play mindset. And that's what DJ taught me. Because, DJ is one of the best corners in the league, if not the best. I done seen him give up a couple plays in practice, but he right back to it. And, I'm just developing that from him and maturing more by being around him and Sauce. JBC, he's going to have a big year, too. A lot of people sleeping on him. He's going to have a pretty big year.
What do you like about his game?
Just all around, bro. Because I know last year he said he broke his foot at the OTAs, and, they seen him this year, like JBC is that deal. Like, for real. Brandon Eccles, too. Like, I'm in a great room. Like, some of the best athletes in the world.